Hi, Chad. This is my final message to you, but I was guided to send this to you with a different alternative and some insight for you. I think you misinterpreted my kindness for weakness. My kindness in no way, shape, or form is ever weakness. I don't listen to anybody other than the person who guides me in every action that I do every single day. So let's start with some clarification and some stuff that you might not be aware of. And if you are, then you are fully aware of where this anger is coming from. When I sent Lee to you originally, she was beyond disappointed. I was beyond disappointed. To then watch nothing be done and to watch the Greens Matt get a raise. I know that deep down you wanted to believe them. But like I told you in my last video, we are not attached to their journey and their bad choices. You believing anything they told you, that is out of your own ignorance, because if you knew who you were dealing with, they are narcissistic, they are liars. So them lying to you, that is in their DNA. So them telling you that I'm the crazy one or any of the above, that was you choosing to believe that, because I know deep down in your heart you didn't. But you also didn't want to deal with it. So then you get to deal with me. And I promise I am a lot less nice when you have ignored the problem, protected the abusers, and gave them a raise and silenced the women that needed your help. KW coming in, when you sent in Mark King to interview people, one, he backed out of the situation because he knew I was not backing down. He knew I would come after him and anyone else that was corrupt in this process. So, in saying that, one, I sent you a private link to a video as a whistleblower. That private link ended up through 30 people in your staff because I have access to the people that got to watch it. I got to see that other people with that private link that had to be sent by you to people got to the abusers. You made it so the abuser, one, got all the information about the whistleblower, which that alone is a problem. Two, then Matt Green went and got a cease and desist from an attorney I was already dealing with at the same time. So that attorney, also that brokerage, is going to be going on this same journey as you because they were protecting the abuser. I gave Mark King the opportunity, and I have all of this documented, by the way. Mark King, I said, so is KW and Gary protecting the abuser and trying to silence the whistleblower? Because you know if that is the case, everything going forward is that much more of damages that will be paid out. I must not have been very clear in my first video to you. When I said option A and option B and natural consequences will come, I have a class action lawsuit that will be coming at you. And I had no other agenda other than that and starting a new brokerage that kicked KW's ass if I needed to until this weekend. So be very, very grateful that God gave me this plan that I'm going to be giving you, because I wasn't going to. This is all divinely guided, all the way down to the amount the who's, the what's, and the where's. Because I wasn't on that journey. I was on the, I will just go take down all of the people that were trying to silence and hurt women, period. And I didn't care what destruction happened in the meantime. Because there is nothing someone can say to me that changes my ethics, my values, and what I stand for. I don't care about somebody trying to silence me. It makes me louder. So again, I'm sorry that you chose to take my kindness as weakness. Because if you would have asked Johnny or Boyd, they both would have told you, I will never, ever, ever back down. I will never, ever, ever stop until it's fixed and done. They know that about me. I'm sorry that you chose to not ask questions and find that out, because now it's gonna be a little bit more painful. I have the biggest class action law attorney, whistleblower attorney in the nation. Yep, I have 2 class action lawsuits. You are not the only one. My purpose in this life is to go take down people that hold people down because of money, because of their ego, because of greed, and they perpetuate the problem. That is my purpose in life. I know this now and have for the last year or 2. I used to do it in my spare time. I am no longer allowed to do that. To give you an idea, at 9 years old, being abused, and a bishop tried to pray it away, at 9 years old, I went to the police station and did my own statement. For that to now come full circle back to me, and one of my class action lawsuits is going to be the LDS Church and every other church going forward that thinks they have the right to pray away somebody's pedophilia and leave them unregistered in a neighborhood and women hurt and broken afterwards. They will pay for that. And that one is going to be big. And if you want to be right there next to that one, getting publicized the same freaking way, that is the journey you are on right now. How many do you think, Gary? How many, when I start publicizing to collect women's names that have been pushed away, silenced, not heard when they were trying to reach out to you? Because I mean, if you want to even ask Chad had no idea. He's your attorney, and he had no idea this was going on. Why do you have an attorney, Gary, if he had no idea this problem was going on and you didn't even get advice from him on help on how and solutions on how to fix it? Because you already knew there was a problem and you didn't want to deal with it. You already knew what Chad would probably tell you, and you chose to ignore it. So, in saying that, I will let you know that every number, every piece that I am going to be sending in this email with this video, I did not choose it. But over this last year to 2 years, I have been putting together a charity that funnels everything back into the communities. So any class action lawsuit, anything I collect in a class action lawsuit, all of those things are getting funneled back into the community to help heal the women, the egos, greed, and shady fuckers hurt. They are going to be paying for the pain they have caused and enabled, period. I also have a business that is attached to the charity to birth new inventions, new creations, new businesses, joint ventures, all of that kind of thing. I didn't really understand why God was having me create and build all of that. I do now. Because you believe in God. I know you do. So then you will be fully aware of the 144,000 in the Bible attached to the second coming. Well, meet Mama, the one who goes and fights to protect all of them. I have known that that is my purpose. It took me a minute to actually swallow, but I have known for a long time. It's just gotten way more clear. So what I'm going to tell you, your decision is going to be between you and God. But I guarantee you God is backing my choices, not yours. Your ethics, values, and everything, Gary, you are one of those 144,000, but apparently you needed some major tweaking because your ethics, values, and everything have been attached to the wrong people. You aren't fixing a problem, you are perpetuating a problem. And in doing that, and then protecting the abusers, giving them the information and then trying to silence me makes me louder. Because like I said, how many do you really think when I start collecting women's stories and names, do you think there's some rapes in there, Gary? Do you think that you might have a major, massive problem on your hands that you are trying to ignore and silence? I do. I know that I barely scratched the freaking surface and had to stop because I knew I would find way too many for me to handle without a staff. Not to mention, I am very well respected in my area. No, everybody knows I don't lie. I don't stand up for anything that is based on money. I don't care about the money. I care about people standing up for what's right. Having the balls to actually stand up for what's right, to fix a problem. So I know that when I die, I create a legacy and change in this world that will stay. My name will mean something. What's yours gonna mean, Gary? Because right now, I guarantee you my balls are 100 times bigger than yours. So in saying that, God has showed me a different plan for you and an option that you will have 72 hours to get back to me with acceptance. And I will give you an account that will be a portion of what you will rewire in, and the other part will have 30 days. You'll have 30 days to fix and do everything else in that contract. Otherwise, the class action goes forward. And I won't be quiet. And that staff that I'm collecting for the LDS class action, they'll just collect the stories for KW as well. So, in saying that, the number that I heard was 44 million. That is not for me. And I will show you in the document that's attached to this video and email that I sent to Chad. It'll show you how that is going to be dispersed because you protected abusers. God's giving you an opportunity that's a little bit more painful because you thought I would be quiet and go away. That is now going to help heal and fix the women in the community that you were ignoring to protect abusers. That 44 million, first chunk is buying the brokerages that Matt and Marcus own. Period. They will no longer be in real estate. They will no longer be a part of KW. Period. There's always a solution, Gary. You just have to be willing to have the balls to do it. Buying them out, because I know Chad told me, well, franchises are kind of like sticky, this and that. No, you started a business based on ethics and values that you expected people to uphold. If they are not willing to uphold them, you buy it back. No matter the amount of money, no matter the amount of loss that you have, because that should mean something to you, Gary. You will be buying those brokerages back. 2, then we will go to the region, the other person who silenced and brought in narcissists. You will buy the region back. 3, you will be buying a commercial building that, like a grocery store, Shopko, something that's around here in Orem, and you are going to put it in Whole Hearts, lease it, whatever, that you are going to be able to write off. But that is going to be given to the organizations around here that do work with me to help women, that collect donations, that are able to help the people that you were helping perpetuate a problem with get back on their feet. Another piece to this puzzle. Those are all going to be put in Whole Hearts Rising name. That is the charity because, like I said, every piece that I ever go and fight for goes back into the charity to funnel into the communities. Then you will have two $10 million chunks. One that will be going into Whole Hearts and the Tommy Foundation that helps with small microloans and things for women to, one, heal, and two, birth their dreams and go back to school, whatever it is, and they're able to pay it forward to also pay back their loan, but they're also helping the next person on the ladder to try and get them to the same point. The other 10 million will be going into Whole Hearts Rising business that is part of hiring all the staff that I already have lined up and know who and what I need, because they are going to be helping me with the inventions, the compounds, and other things that I have coming. Because Gary, like I said, I'm guided from higher ups. They have me building these compound, they're self-sustaining pod communities, but they are 40 to 60,000 and they are glamping kind of things. So the Airbnb would be able to make $200 to $300 a night on each of them. You tell me what condos or anything you can buy and still make $5,000 to $10,000 a month in income. You're going to be a part of that, Gary, and help those, because that's also going to be what we use for sex trafficking for women to be able to run to, because we're going to donate some of those, but we also are able to sell some of those. Then I also have a person that I was guided to that's in the government. It's part of STICLA, and they are given all of the BLM land that is not usable to help education systems, food systems, welfare, all of that kind of stuff. Funny that God gave me pod communities that are all self-sustaining, so I'm able to go and help them make that land usable now, which will then funnel all of the funds into the government where I need it to be able to birth new divisions and new things to actually help our world. Then we have the inventions and all of that kind of stuff that were silenced and put away because of greed and all of that kind of thing too. So that is how your 44 million will be dispersed. Part of my stipulation, I am in the room when you tell Matt and Marcus that you are buying them out. And guess what, Gary? You're a real estate agent, so I know you can negotiate a great deal. The difference with this opportunity, because like I said, I was just going for jugular because I was fucking pissed and disappointed in you. God's giving you this opportunity, which I do agree. Doing a class action is just showing you where the holes and more holes. You already know there's holes. You already know you're causing pain. You already know you are enabling a system and a business that is not helping a problem. Class action is just going to be giving you more of that. I love KW and what it stood for. I like this idea a little bit better because I do see where making you now pay for the pain that you were willing to cause, that is a punishment, but you're also able to make your money back over time with joint ventures, with the write-offs, with everything else, and have it be a blessing and not take KW down. Because I don't believe that there is a brokerage like KW, but having an infection in it does not make it the KW that it's supposed to be. You not willing to cut out the infection makes it go down. And I will help you cut out any other infection and put in solutions into your business. But this is all up to you. This is free will. You can choose class action. You can choose and think that I will not come for you. You can choose and think that I don't have big balls. But I guarantee you, you and the LDS Church will go down. And I will have many, many, many people supporting it. I am so disappointed, Gary. I have no words for the disappointment that I feel because I came to you because I did love KW. I could have just gone straight to class action after Lee hit brick walls because you guys were protecting the abusers. How many other abusers do you think you have in your business? Because I guarantee you, those people that got the video to the Greens, they're gone too. Any of those people that enabled and got the information to the abuser, ask Chad how that works. Is that how that's supposed to work? When somebody comes to you with a problem, do you go and take the information to the abuser and let them go try and silence them outside of your business? Because Matt doing that to me and you guys not stopping it shows that you supported it, Gary. How do you think a judge is going to take that? I hope you take me seriously this time because I'm not joking. I have a meeting in 72 hours with my attorney on what your decision is, and he is not happy that I am even giving you this option right now. So I really hope you choose the right side of this time. If not, I will find lots of pleasure taking Matt Green and every other person in this down with the ship. So, thank you, Chad, for your time, and talk to you soon, Gary.